Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to finally be here. I know it's been so long, but we are here. So I'm starting off this look with a mask. This is the Neutrogena Hydrogel mask. I left it on for about 10 minutes and then I removed it and tapped in the excess onto my skin. It felt really good, really hydrating, so I really love this mask. So after that, I am using the L'Oreal Hydro Genius moisturizer just to further moisturize and seal everything in. And then after my moisturizer, I'm going to be using my primer, and it is the Milk Hydro Grip primer. I'm just starting to test it out. It felt a bit sticky, but yeah, so far so good. So moving on to eyes, I'm taking the P. Louise base in shade 3. This is like the best base in my opinion. I've tried so many bases, but I always go back to this one. This is my favorite one. So I'm just taking that and patting it on my eyelids to make everything even. And then we're going into the Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette. I took the burgundy color, which is on the last row in the middle. And I'm just using that color to kind of define my shape. I wanted to go for a more rounded shape, as you can see. And then I'm going to blend it up pretty high, as you can see here. So next we're going into a deeper brown. I'm taking the brown on the last row, the first color, and I'm using that to blend out that burgundy and to smoke it out and to make it more deeper. And I'm just patting and blending. I brought it up pretty high to meet the burgundy as well. So next it's time to cut the crease. So I'm taking Vaseline. I usually use like an eye makeup remover, but I ran out, so I used Vaseline. It honestly works just the same. And then to further cut my crease, I'm using the P. Louise base, the Acid Rain paint. Sorry, not the base, the Acid Rain paint in Blank Canvas. And I'm using that to carve out my crease. I usually go pretty high when cutting out my creases because I have hooded eyelids, so you can't really see my crease, so I have to go a little bit higher. But if you don't have hooded lids, you could just follow your natural crease, but I usually go pretty high. So after I carve out my crease, I usually pat in the excess of the base just to make it smoother and even. And then I'm going to define the outside of that crease with the brown shade that we used. And then I'm going into that pearl white shade that's on the first row in the middle and putting that on top of the base. Then I'm going back into that burgundy shade to further blend out the outside, just to make everything more harmonious. And this is a little trick I like to do. So I like to take a really tiny brush and go in with a dark brown. I use the shade Kenya in this palette. This is the Nubian 2 palette. And I like to blend it out just to define the crease. Now you can leave the eyeshadow like this. It's really pretty on its own like this, but I wanted to add some glitter and be extra, so I used the Glow Up Academy glitter in the shade Gleam. Not in the shade Gleam, but in the style Gleam. It's really pretty. So I put that on first, and then I used Dripping on top. Dripping is a more chunkier glitter, so it needed a stronger hold, so I used the Kiss eyelash glue, and then tapped dripping on top. It was so bomb. Next, I'm putting on my lashes. I'll be letting you guys know super soon about these lashes. And now we're moving on to skin. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Maple. And then I mixed that with the MAC Studio Fix foundation in NC45. Next, I am contouring and highlighting my face. So I use the L'Oreal Shaping Stick in the shade, not the shade, the number 411. I think the shade is called Chestnut, I believe. And I use the Juvia's Place concealer in the number 14 and 16. Next, to set everything, I use the number 7 loose powder. This is in translucent. And for bronzer, I use the Fenty Beauty Cocoa Naughty bronzer and just bronzed everything. Next, to further cut the cheeks, I use the number 7 loose powder again, just to further cut the crease, and then I dust that powder off. Going back to the eye, so I took that Kenya color and put that on the bottom lash line, and then in the waterline I mixed the P. Louise paint, the blank canvas, and I mixed it with the pink, which is in the shade called Raver. Now for blush, I use the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I use that pink color, which is on the bottom row. And for highlight, I went back into the Nubian 2 palette and used that pearl shade, which is in the second row. It was so bomb as a highlight. As you can see, I was loving it. So yeah. Now to set my face, I used the MAC Fix Plus spray. I sprayed a lot of it because I used a lot of powder, and I just patted everything in just to make it seamless. Now for the lips, I went back in with the L'Oreal Shaping Stick again just to define the outside of my lips. And then I went in with the L'Oreal, it's their chocolate collection. It smells really good, by the way. It smells like chocolate. And this is in the color Box of Chocolates. Now you can leave it like this, but I wanted to add some gloss, so I used the Milani Plumping Gloss, and it's in the shade Most Natural. And that's it. Now it's time for hair. So my hair looking real rough right now, but we gonna get it together. So I used a spray bottle with some water and just sprayed my hair just to get it damp. And then I used the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie just to smooth it into my hair and to kind of add some moisture and start the definition process of my curls. And then on top of that, I used the Eco Styler Gel, the clear one. That one to me is the best for curling. So I used the clear one and really start twisting and defining my curls. And I also use the same gel to slay my edges. I didn't do my edges how I usually do it because honestly by this point I was so tired, and after this I was going straight to sleep. So I just styled it a little bit, but usually I would style it better. So yeah, that is hair done. And this is the final look, you guys. Hair, everything, skin, eyes, lips, everything done. I changed my outfit. This is a dress from Fashion Nova. I will link it down below if y'all want to know. I know you can't really see it, but yeah, that's everything, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell me how you like this look in the comments. If you want to see more from me, let me know. And I will see you guys later.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa. Make today a good day. Make today a good day. Yeah, I get money every way. I can see the hate up on their face. Today a good